I really created this class for those who are aspiring to become a Wix user, a current Wix user, even designers, because sometimes designers may just design for their clients, but they may not have all of the operational stuff on the back end, right? But it's really about you guys understanding what it takes to not only build a beautiful website, but also to make sure those the back end, excuse me, is really seamless and things are connected and all in one place. But today, what I want to really talk to you guys about, we're going to do some back end auditing. So that's why I wanted you guys to have your cameras on, because we're going to talk back and forth. We're going to talk about some myths. We're going to talk about the prep that's important before the pretty. That's going to be for my designers. Y'all already know what's up. We're going to talk about your move. So are you more of a template person, design from scratch kind of person? And we're going to also talk about some of the features that you need to start thinking about that you need prior to jumping into the platform. And then I'm going to give you a tour of some of my favorite features as it relates to Wix. And then we'll jump into Q&A, okay? So I just wanted to share some revelations from my last class. People are like, wow, Brittany, this is incredible. People didn't know Wix had workflows and digital products. What I am going to tell you guys is that a lot of people do not know what Wix can really do. And so when I'm starting to show you all of this, you're like, well, kind of blown away. So what I ask today is that you don't get overwhelmed and that you understand that it takes time. So I'm not going to have you jump into Wix immediately and start changing all of this stuff little by little by little, okay? So here's what I want us to do. Before we jump into the tour and all the good stuff and the juice, I want everybody to take 5 to 7 minutes, okay? Y'all gonna come off camera if you can. Take 5 to 7 minutes and you're gonna write out your tech stack and your monthly cost per software program minute. So in terms of monthly costs, let me tell you what your girl used to pay per month. I used to pay $1,350 per month on all of the business software programs to run my business, okay? So I had Wix, I had Zoom, Loom. Loom is where you're doing the screen share. All of that, again, y'all, cost me $1,350 per month, and I was about to lose my mind. You hear me? So I wanted to say this because I had Wix, but for some reason, I went and got all of this stuff. And I'm like, why did I do this? And the reason why was because I was following a lot of my folks that I was inspired by online, my coach, things of that nature. And I thought to myself, okay, well, they making 7 figures, 8 figures, and they got this program. So maybe I got to get this program too, because this is what everybody is doing. And so before you knew it, I was signing up for things. The cost was adding up, and it was things that I didn't even really know that I already had access to. And so I started to think through what were the programs, like I said before, that I could swap what I had for using Wix, okay? So here's a swap table that may help you guys as well. So I could replace a lot of the things on the right side with things that was already built into the Wix platform, okay? So which are you? Are you, one, not maximizing out the platform and signing up for a bunch of stuff you don't even need? 2, you're not giving Wix a full chance because of rumors and myths that might be floating around about on the internet. I like to say the internet, right? Or number 3, you just straight up clueless and you didn't even know that Wix had all this stuff. So are you 1, 2, or 3? So my goal, guys, is to teach you what it takes to build a fire website while also cutting your software expenses in thirds. So if I went from 16,000 to 2,000, like I feel like that's more 246. That's way more than thirds, right? And I also want to empower you to confidently take control of your business. There's nothing like being the CEO or the owner of your business and not knowing how it operates, not having that control or that confidence going into the back end of your business. All right. So what the heck is Wix anyway? So obviously Wix is a web builder, and there are so many different web builders out there: Shopify, Weebly, GoDaddy, WordPress, Webflow, Showit, Jimdo, Pixpa, a whole bunch, right? And Wix is right there in the center for me. All right. But overall, Wix is a platform that empowers anyone to create their own website with no coding or design skills needed. Okay. So that's the main thing that we need to know. So here's some myths that, are circulating around the internet. People say Wix is cheap. Like, Wix is ugly. You can't create good websites on Wix. Wix has bad SEO. Wix isn't responsive. And the list goes on. And I have this little X in the background because all of this stuff is not true. And most of the time, she said the lies. And most of the time, These are responses or comments that are being made by people who really have not grown with the platform. Sometimes they're talking about Wix from previous years, 2008, 9, 10, and have not entered the platform since and are using outdated information to make their, comments, okay? I honestly think that Wix is the slept on underdog that has been killing it and has been killing it for years. People just don't know how to max it out, okay? So here are just a few benefits. Wix has a drag and drop capabilities when it comes to designing. So you're literally dragging and dropping. So drop a one in the chat if you are ready to take the tour. I know that was 49 minutes, but I had to put all that out there first. So I was able to come in here and look at which Wix Studio template I wanted to use. I wonder if y'all can figure out which one it is. I like to look at the Wix business solutions because they are fully already inside of the platform. So now that y'all know how to find the apps, let's go home. And I'm going to kind of go down the features so that you know what's there.
I would like to send my clients, which we've been doing with all sorts of things, but I would like to send them a thank you email and a button to a survey so that they can tell us, give us feedback, right? Yep. Not something that automatically goes to Google reviews, but something that we can have internally.
Yeah.
And so where I see that you have survey on here, how do you create that survey, or is that a part of like animations?
Forms and submissions. So I would create the survey in forms and submissions. And then I would say in my automations, when somebody finishes their project or whatever like when they get to this step, send them this email with this button that links to the form. And then you will get it that way. Yep.
Okay. Excellent.
And then, all right. I hope y'all feel like I poured into you guys, that you're walking away with a lot of information, things to explore. Again, I told y'all I'm not one to hold back. I'm going to show you everything that I know. And hopefully you guys will find yourselves not only building a fire website, but being able to cut those software expenses in thirds or more. I love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the back end.